there, YouTube, and welcome to Saturday the 17th of August. It's 81 degrees out here. I think it's somewhere around 4 o'clock. The rain's definitely coming today, and looks like all day tomorrow. It's coming at like 8 o'clock tonight. Well, there was an earlier thing that said it was going to be here at 3. So, anyway, I was doing different things and holding out. And I go, well, now it's changed till 8. So, I'm going to go for a rip. Sasha crashed out there in the shade. It's going to be a solo run today. Mama's out picking blackberries like crazy. And she comes with all kinds of stuff. Blackberry cobblers, all kinds of yummy stuff. Anyway, I'll show you here in a second what we're taking. I'm sure there's a thumbnail of it. I don't know what that's going to be, but you guys will see it before you click play. Taking the old Iron 883. How about that? Man, 81 degrees in that sun. It is surprisingly warm out here. There we go, it's 3:30. Alright, let's roll. Mama's probably up there. Yep. Got her sun shady stuff on. Alright, let's go for a rip. Well, I really didn't have a plan of where I wanted to go. I just kind of driving along. Excuse me. I think the iron decided. I mean, literally, I just had no forethought. Just felt like going for a rip. You guys remember a few years back, I was all heck bent to go do one of those EDR, the El Diablo runs down into Mexico, and of course the big sea came about. That was the end of all that. But man, things have been popping up. I mentioned the other day, about Ironhead Sally and Lane Split Boulevard and those guys, and I just, one thing after another is popping up of these guys, different guys. I'll give you a list. There's no specific order, but there's like 5 that or maybe 6. I'll put Lane Split Boulevard in there too, but go through there and give those guys a poke and look, see if you're into that kind of thing. But I've just obsessed with getting some older Harley, an old shovel head. And I don't know why I'm fascinated with the Ironhead Sportsters, which is basically a shovel head top end on an old Sportster. It's kind of what it looks like. But anyway, give those guys a look if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not in, a lot of these guys and gals are into choppers specifically. I'm not really into the choppers. I've ridden, I don't know, half a dozen or better over the years, and ranging, most of them were Harleys. I think I've ridden a couple of 750 Honda choppers. I think there was a Triumph in there. Yeah, there was an old Triumph. I was trying to think if that was a bobber or a chopper. It was definitely a chopper. But anyway, just, I don't know. I don't like the way they feel. It does nothing for me. I do appreciate the look, but that's just not something I want to ride around. And a lot of times they do things with the bars, that, I don't know. It's just not me. But I love the old bikes, and I like the kind of a bobber style, like this iron. It's kind of a bobber style, kind of a cruiser, kind of a bobber. It's a cruiser that looks like a bobber. There's quite a few bikes that have that look, they're kind of a scrambler kind of a thing. You can go anywhere, do anywhere. Of course, you can do that with a chopper too, but I just don't like the handling and the feel of a raked out front end. But yeah, I'm just fascinated with fixing up them old Harleys. And you know, I'm kind of more interested in stuff that was pretty much my era, which is, you know, shovel heads and iron heads, you know, that I seen growing up, you know. Heck, them things lasted in the 80s. It's crazy. I mean, some of these things these guys are fixing up, you know, I was still in high school when these things were current models, you know. But still, that's kind of, I like the iron head and the shovel heads. I love the way they sound. Some of them are just, you know, goofing around, having fun, learning as they go, which I'm totally cool with that, you know. But I'm missing a train. He's going across the third encounter crossing right now. Dadgummit. Anyway, we'll pop back on. We'll see the tail end of this train. How about that? I missed it. I slowed down a while back. I seen the tail of it going by. And it did have a pusher on it, but it was a super short train. So they're just probably moving stuff back and forth. It's weird it had a pusher on it. And they're moving things back and forth and be such a short train. So you can see the end of it from here. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the headlight. I didn't even, when I drove past right there in downtown Winlock, I didn't even look at the lights to even see what anything was. I wouldn't have seen anything coming at me anyway. When you look at the lights, it's the direction that you're looking is the lights you see. They don't show you the other side. It's still surprisingly warm for the temperature it is. It still says 81. There's a whole lot of roll bales. I'm all pointing downhill too. Maybe that's just not a thing around here. Of course, nowadays, you know, kids have their video games and their smartphones. They don't go out and do normal boy and girl things like I grew up with. Going out there and see what kind of mischief you get into. Now they do all that online, you know, through social media outlets. Well, since the iron took me out this way, it's something I wanted to check out. We'll see what's going on down that way. But I'll list those names under the down below in the comments with a link to their channels. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, fixing up old bikes, it's pretty cool. I find it extremely fascinating. I don't know if it's more fascinating to watch it being done and thinking about getting it done than actually getting it done. But I love riding old stuff. So I like that retro feeling, you know, like this iron and the Royal Enfields are just old school, you know. Simple and trouble-free. You know, it's talking about, you know, how reliable everything is now. How did you ever survive when it was ignition points? Absolutely perfectly fine. You know what you didn't worry about? You didn't worry about your points and stuff. If you never do any maintenance to it and check that stuff, you just kind of followed your maintenance schedule and you're fine. That's what I did. People bring their bikes in for their scheduled services and, you know, get points if they needed it. And if we ever did points, you could tell if the condenser was bad just by the way the points look. But as a rule of thumb, just do them both at the same time. Get the Honda tune-up kit. God, do you remember the old Nippon Denso tune-up kits? Every motorcycle shop, including ours, you know, they have the rack. There's Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Man, were them things junk. Spark plugs were junk. The points kits were junk. This is what I wanted to see. And what I see is nothing. That's just what I wanted to see. Because you remember those signs were up that they were going to do this bridge, but there was some kind of meeting to decide if that was going to go or not. And the answer is no. And that makes me very, very happy that she sits here just like she was. You can fix this road up here because it definitely needs it. It's getting kind of dangerous. Because it's, I guess it hasn't moved. Oh yeah, definitely some new stuff there. But it's going really slow, you know. People out here in the peace of the country, and then somebody drives a Harley through here with loud exhaust. Actually, it's not very loud compared. Yeah, I purposely put mufflers with the smallest baffles you could get for it. I remember those Vance and Hine, what do they call them, short shots or something like that, that my 1200 low had. Those Python wraps that my 72 had. Oh man, you absolutely couldn't ride it without earplugs. Just could not ride it without earplugs. You could if you don't care about your hearing health. It just looks swelteringly hot out here. Still, I'm amazed how hot it feels at 81 degrees. Kind of feel bad coming out here by myself. This is what Kelly always loves, coming out here. She's all had her day planned out with her blackberry picking and cooking, I think is what she wants to do. I think those cloudy days put her in a winter mode, you know. Start thinking about, you know, that seems like to be cooking season, you know. Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. Everybody gets to get, ooh, they logged the top of that mountain up there. You can see a big old, I probably can't see it now. It's weird, my own sounds are resonating back, and I'm thinking there's something coming around the corner, but it's just echoing back at me. One of those channels, I don't know if it's a list I'm going to show you, but one of the guys is setting up a Sportster for his gal. I don't know if that means his girlfriend, wife, or whatever. But it's an older carbureted 883. And they're taking what sounds like about the trip that a combination of last year's road trip and this year's road trip that they're taking, and she's going to ride this Sportster. So the video it's obviously old. And but anyway, she's going to ride this 883 carbureted model, and yeah, they're going the Zion, Devil's Tower, well, the goal is Sturgis, but they're going to make this big loop and hit just about everything out there. Monument Valley, all the stuff that we've hit in the last 2 years. And she didn't seem to be overly confident riding. Obviously she knew how to ride, but it could be just those awkward new motorcycle to her. You know how it is, you jump on some things and you just go, that just feels awkward. The control, you know, you used to riding one motorcycle and then something else, the controls are different. Somebody's idea of how the controls should be set are way different than yours. You know the deal. really happy that bridge is still sitting there, and that restoration or rebuild, all those signs are gone. Sure is beautiful down here. Kelly sure loves this house with the wraparound porch. I do too. Oh, they added fence inside the white fence. That's probably because they had them dogs in there. You know, Ironhead Sally, they had some, or they actually purchased an Evo Softail from a Harley technician, and the thing was an absolute disaster. I mean, this guy obviously didn't have a clue, but you know, he called himself a tech too. You know, you run into those. Well, I'm a technician, I can fix this thing for you. I wouldn't let you work on my lawnmower, thank you. But anyway, I was watching some of those videos as I was waiting for yesterday's, which was today's release, which will be yesterday's release for you today. But anyway, you know how it goes. I'm always at, I vlog every day, but the videos are a day behind. But anyway, I was watching that while I was rendering. I was watching some of it last night. I was watching one of those, and it's so soothing and relaxing to me that I just went out cold. I woke up at 4 something this morning and realized I hadn't done the first thing. There's still clips on cameras. I hadn't made a thumbnail, hadn't figured out what thumbnail I'm using, nothing. So I kind of slowly, half working on that, half watching videos, and yeah, it ended up being like a 2 o'clock release or something, our time here. It was late, but I've been doing that on the weekends anyway. I'm just enjoying, you know, like Friday nights and Saturday nights. I don't, you know, every night during the week, I've got to get the video done because I got to go to work tomorrow. I just go, you know what, I'm just going to do what I want to do. I just like a time off for myself, and that's extremely relaxing. And watching old Harleys being repaired is just amazingly relaxing to me. I just absolutely get hooked. Or the people, you know, like Ironhead Sally and her husband, you know, the rides and stuff they do and have done. It's just they're taking these old bikes, and I don't know, that's just very fascinating to me. And minimal gear. I mean, even their camping gear and stuff, they're not in waterproof bags. They're just, if it rains, all their gear gets wet, including themselves. They don't wear rain gear. You know, they find something to get under if they can. Wait the rain out. I'm just like, I wish I could be that free-spirited. I would worry about everything, you know. Do I have every tool to do anything to it? Do I have spare parts? Well, you know, what could break on this trip? You know, all my gear's got to be waterproof. I got to have waterproof bags, or I got to have, you know, Harley or BMW saddlebags, whatever. Keep your stuff dry. I worry about the details of things, like OCD. I think if you look that up in the dictionary, you see my ugly mug shows up there. That's the definition of ODC. It's not just me saying it. Everybody that knows and works with me, including my wife, goes, "Jeez, you are over the top." But I can't help it. But I'm very fascinated and really enjoy people that are absolutely not that way in any way, shape, or form. They just go, phew. They throw a bedroll on, grab a little handful of, you know, cheap tools or probably half of them don't even work on what they're working on, and off they go. Where are we staying tonight? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Where are we going to eat? I don't know. No GPS, no nothing. That to me is very freeing, and watching people doing it, it's being so free makes me. That was cattle when I came through. That's all horses right there. That's cool. Anyway. I'm just getting chilled and relaxed just thinking about it, much less the comfort of riding the old iron along. You feel the little rumbles in her. It's very comfortable. And I was thinking, these little dead spots when I'm not recording, I could absolutely tour on this thing. Absolutely. Just think about it. I go, well, you don't have all this room to roam around and all that stuff. Where do I roam around? I'm sitting in the same place. I can move my feet forward. I can move my feet backwards. I never stick them out in front of me, ever. Like on the Slim and stuff, I have to do it because that's where the shifter and brake is. But as soon as I'm done, the balls of my feet go at the very back of those floorboards or on the rear pegs. Like this, I always ride this thing on the rear pegs. Always. Because that feels good, feels normal to me. Let's see what kind of lights we got going on here. Red over red. Both sides for the northbound. Looks like them clouds starting to roll in here. It's going to get us tonight. That storm is coming. The weather is changing fast. They say 8 o'clock. It may be maybe sooner than that. But anyway, I know I talked your ears off talking about old Harleys and stuff, but as I roll into old Toledo, I'm gonna bid you adieu here. Get home, get with the mama, and we'll say a quick goodbye. And hope you guys enjoyed the ride, the yammering on. Hope you're interested in that kind of stuff. If you are, I gave you a handful of channels to check out. I'll just put them in alphabetical order by their name. I don't want to make it sound like I like one over that and enjoy them all. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that kind of stuff. Check that out. Be careful if you do like it. You may be doing that until tomorrow morning. You get hooked on those things. It's cool. I love it. Well, maybe sometime in the future I could do stuff like that. You just got to put your mind to it, find a project bike and go for it. But anyway, thanks for coming for a rip on the old Iron 883. Good old faithful. Crazy. She had her 11th birthday already. Forget there's a dadgum stop sign in here now. But anyway, I'm going to let you go with that. We'll see you at the house here in a moment. It'll be a flash for you. Well, hello there, you two. That storm, she's a-coming.
Yes, she is.
It's moving fast, too. You remember I was talking about the storms in South Dakota, how they're just flying, Yeah, this one's moving up just like that. It was supposed to stay east of us. And, yeah, it's slipping towards the west. Looks like it's going to come right over us, and then by the time it hits Seattle, it's going to start moving out to the ocean. And that's a weird direction for it to be going, too.
Yeah, that's very odd.
Yeah, usually it's, at a different angle. But anyway, I could see it when I was coming down the hill there. And I was looking, and I get home here and looking at my phone, and I'm getting weather alert, all the lightning strikes in Vancouver. They're under severe lightning and thunderstorm alert right now. Crazy.
Crazy
It's
weather.
coming our way.
It's going to get wet.
Yep, gonna get wet. It's gonna get nasty. Hope there's plenty of rain with it, with all that lightning, because
Yeah.
lightning and dry,
It's
forest
never
and stuff is
good.
never a good thing. It
Yeah.
doesn't add up to be a cool thing.
No.
But anyway, that was a very fun ride on the iron. That was a nice little ride on the iron.
Yeah, you were gone a bit.
Yeah, that felt good. Just comfortable. Good old gal. Good old Sportsters, boy.
They are nice.
But anyway, I probably recorded a whole bunch, so I'm going to let it roll at that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
All right. Bye-bye now.